Okay, first up, national debt versus deficit. Let's talk about it, which is which. Let's take a look here. This chart shows the deficit over time. Now, the green line would be the line that our spending would be above if we only spent the tax dollars we make. So the government has been consistently since 1960 spending more than it brought in. And if you take a look here, here's 2000, that's 9/11, and then all those wars in the Middle East and the cost of that. Look at the amount of deficit spending. The farther you go below the green line, the more excess you're spending. This is the annual deficit. So the deficit, every year we spend more than we take in. Then you got the Obama years, the Affordable Care Act, and believe it or not, it turned around. The deficit trimmed a little bit under Obama. And then came 2016 and COVID, and the whole thing is on a path to hell because you look at the size of the deficit, we're trying to drive it back up and close the gap. But even right here, we're not yet back to where we were. We have to get above the line so that we're not spending our grandchildren's tax dollars. Then this is just a sheer path to hell here. That's the deficit. That's every year what the government does. But what's the cumulative effect? Think of this as every year is every month and you spend more on a credit card. Every time you get that bill, it's bigger and bigger and bigger over time until you're only paying interest. Well, that's where we are. I've lined this up together, 2005, 2020, 2015, so you can see this is the total debt. So this was the monthly spending on the credit card, and this is the total bill on the credit card where we are heading for $40 trillion. This has to turn around. This is what many of you asked in the comment section about deficit versus debt. What's the difference? Deficit, that's what we spend every year. We want to see zero deficit spending, a balanced budget amendment, and more from our somewhat responsible and mostly irresponsible representatives in Washington, so that what can happen here is we start taking this eventually down. Because at $40 trillion, we're entering a time where we're only going to be paying interest on the federal debt every year rather than bringing it down. And that's another reason why President Trump wants interest rates to come down, because guess what? What's the interest we pay here? It's the interest rate that you see, the Fed rate. That's what we pay on our debt. One more thing. 'Tis the season to be planning Christmas and New Year's with family, but more importantly, to plan next year for your business. If you're a CEO or someone that works for a CEO, or maybe you are a founder of a business, planning is key. And it never is more important than the fourth quarter, where you sit back and look at what went right, what didn't this year, and pick a methodology to plan for next year, because those who plan have a much higher percentage of making it. And Bet-David Consulting is here to help. Every year we conduct the Business Planning Workshop, a wonderful all-day workshop conducted by Patrick Bet-David in December. That's the time to plan, so that's the time that we're putting it together for you. There's a link down below where you can find about all the things you're going to learn, and at the event, you'll get your hands on an incredible workbook to guide you through the process. We hope to see you at the Business Planning Workshop.